just going to sit it here so you can grab it.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah, I will. Just make sure you get settled in, and I'll make sure it's straight. Okay?
Good morning. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Cape Coral, and our Sunday morning meditation. My name's Valerie Data, and I appreciate your being here. So if you will, begin to get settled into your chair, releasing any hurriedness from the morning, and taking a moment to make sure your spine is straight, your palms resting on your lap, either upwards or down. Whenever you're ready, close your eyes or gaze downward. And begin by becoming aware of your breath, simply noticing the muscles you're engaging, the sensations that you're feeling, and dropping into your body, becoming aware of the sensation of gravity, the feeling of the clothes or the air on your skin, simply allowing yourself to be present without judging anything. Just being with it, being with the breath, being with the body. If thoughts come and go, that's okay, just let them. Continually returning to your breath, allowing your abdomen to expand as you breathe in and contract as you breathe out. Take a moment to scan your awareness throughout your body, tuning in to any areas where you may be holding onto muscles, perhaps clenching your jaw or furrowing your eyebrows. Whatever you discover, just let it relax. Let it be soft and slack. Let gravity take over. There is nothing you need to hold on to here. Let yourself melt downwards, sinking more deeply into relaxation. And as you do, tune into your heart's energy center in the middle of your chest and a couple of inches inward. There is a great light that exists here. For now, you may see it simply as a spark. Tune into it. What color do you see? Breathe into the space and feel the light that exists within you here. Become aware of any ways in which perhaps you're holding back, and not letting your light shine fully, without judging, just being aware. Offer your heart forgiveness, forgiving yourself for not shining as brightly as you can, letting yourself off the hook for any time in the past where you didn't shine fully. And now taking a deep breath in and choosing in this moment to really allow yourself to shine fully. Holding your breath at the top, and when you're ready to exhale, imagine this light expands. Breathing out, the light grows brighter. Breathing in, the light grows larger. Continuing to breathe in larger light. And exhale, seeing it grow lighter and brighter. Feeling this light shining forth throughout your entire body. Feeling it expand throughout your being, out to a few feet around you. And from where you are, imagining your light spreading out throughout the entire world. There is nothing you need to do. Simply breathe and let the light shine. As you feel your light shining, contemplate this quote from Anne Lamott. Lighthouses don't go running all over an island looking for boats to save. They just stand there shining. Keep breathing into your light as you consider, perhaps questioning, in what way have you been trying to chase down boats to save instead of simply shining? The most important thing you can do is be you, fully connected to the fullness of who you are, your truest inner power, your deepest inner light. And from that place, you naturally light up the world around you. Keep breathing into your life, feeling it strengthen and expand, simply being your own lighthouse. Continue to feel this light within you as you begin to bring your awareness back to this moment, feeling your body where it is, perhaps stretching or rolling your shoulders down, and then opening your eyes to the world around you, taking your time and continuing to carry this light within you everywhere you go. Thank you for joining me this morning. Sunday celebration begins at 10:30, so join us back then. Thank you.
You might want to turn the meditation music off.
I didn't know we were. Good morning. Where's all my bright, shiny, sparkly people? Come on in the sanctuary, everybody. The party's actually in here. It's not really out in the lobby, although sometimes it's hard to realize that because it can get pretty loud out there sometimes. So welcome everybody to the Center for Spiritual Living Cape Coral. We are here celebrating your spiritual magnificence. And with that, I am so happy that we have the Big Love Band back with us today so we can rock and roll Hoochie Coo.
Right time, I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh yeah, all right. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. Oh yeah. My soul is welcome here. I said my soul is welcome here. Is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. I said my soul is welcome here. Is welcome. My soul is welcome here. I said my soul is welcome here. Is welcome here. My soul is welcome here.
Woo! Wow, that's what I'm talking about, the Big Love Band. How about another hand for them? We've missed them. Woo! You guys are great. I am so happy that everybody is welcome here. And Ernest Holmes is the founder of our philosophy. We teach the universal truths found in all spiritual teachings, both contemporary and traditional, anywhere from Deepak Chopra, Louise Hay, Dwayne Dyer, and the Bible, the Quran, whatever. So you can visit our website at cslcapecoral.org for more information on upcoming events, to submit a prayer request, or to send us your comments and questions. And it's at this time, we'd like to thank Valerie Data for holding the high watch. This means that Valerie is maintaining a high consciousness through meditation, realizing the wholeness for our community and the highest and best for the attendees, the service teams, and our wonderful speaker, Reverend Chris. So with that, we'd like to bring it back to the Big Love Band because we're living in the moment.
If this life is one that, why do we lay all the traps? We put them right in our path when we just wanna be free. I will not waste my day thinking of all kinds of ways to worry about all the things that will not happen to me. So I just let go. What I know I don't know, and I know I only do this by living the moment, living my life, easy and breezy, peace in my mind, got peace in my heart, peace in my soul. Wherever I'm going, I'm already home. I'm living in the moment. I'm letting myself off the hook for things that I've done. I let my past go past, and now I'm having more fun. Letting go of the thoughts that do not make me strong. And I believe this thing can be the same for everyone. And if I fall asleep, I know you'll be the one who always reminds me. Live in the moment, living my life, it's easy and breezy, peace in my mind, peace in my heart, peace in my soul. Wherever I'm going, I'm already home. I can't walk through life facing backwards. I have tried more than once to just make sure I was denied future I've been searching for, spun around and hurt no more. By living in the moment, living my life, easy and breezy, peace in my mind, got peace in my heart, got peace in my soul. Wherever I'm going, I'm already home. I'm living in the moment, I'm living my life, just taking it easy, peace in my mind, I got peace in my heart, I got peace in my soul. Wherever I'm going, I'm already home. I'm living in the moment.
Living in the moment, living in the now, because really that's all there is the now, and now there's now, and there's more now. So we're always in the now. So please stand and with us as we welcome and bestow a blessing on one another. We should rub our hands together and turn to each other and say, "Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living. We know who you truly are. You are the spiritual image and likeness of God. We appreciate you, we love you, and we are thankful you are here. Welcome to the center." Woo! And we have, what are you guys doing? The two of you? Yep. So we have Cassie and Colette. And Colette, she's being really brave over there with her arm in a sling, and she's playing the piano. Oh, forgot something. Need a little light on the subject. Haha. And Valerie was talking about light and us being the light and the lighthouse. So with this,
All right. So I think some of us might know this song. The original was by Rascal Flatts. And we're coming to ending the theme of my passion, my purpose. So if you want to sing along, please do, but I'm going to bestow a little wish on you, and feel free to wish it for yourself. Wish it for the ones around you, your loved ones, your pets. I know my pets could use it this morning. And enjoy. So please sing along if you like.
I hope the days come easy and the moments pass slow, and each road leads you where you want to go. And if you're faced with a choice and you have to choose, I hope you choose the one that means the most to you. And if one door opens to another door closed, I hope you keep on walking till you find the window. If it's cold outside, show the warmth of your smile. More than anything, more than anything, my wish for you is that this life becomes all that you want it to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold. And while you're out there getting where you're getting to, hope you know somebody loves you and wants the same things too. Yeah, this is my wish. I hope you never look back and you never forget all the ones who love you in the place you left. I hope you always forgive and you never regret, and you help somebody every chance you get. Oh, you find God's grace and every mistake, and always give more than you take. But more than anything, yeah, more than anything, my wish for you is that this life becomes all that you want it to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold. And while you're out there getting where you're getting to, I hope you know somebody loves you and wants the same things too. Yeah, this is my wish. My wish for you is that this life becomes all that you want it to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold. And while you're out there getting where you're getting to, I hope you know somebody loves you and wants the same things too. Yeah, this is my wish. This is my wish.
wow, wow. Never ceases to amaze me the beautiful and talented people that we have here. And then we have all our other people that don't come up here, and they have their unique gifts and talents also. So at this time, we will excuse any of the younger folks that wish to go to their class, and I know they'll have fun. So it's always interesting to see what they end up doing that day. Unicorn Day. I like me some unicorns. Talking about unicorns, you know, the Bible, and a lot of you guys know me as the Bible. I go back to the Bible. But the Bible says that Noah built the ark, and he brought the animals on 2 by 2. But those for food, he was to bring 7, so that there would still be 2 afterwards. So on the 35th day, Noah says, boy, that unicorn stew was really good. No? You didn't get it? 40 days, 40 nights of rain. By the 35th day, they're having unicorn stew. That's why we don't have unicorns today. Come on, people. There is coffee in the lobby. So with that, it is my great pleasure to introduce my friend and a wonderful practitioner, Linda Lloyd, for the reading.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday and potluck day. So I'm a little jazzed up because I, as you know, help a lot with the potluck, and so I've been jamming since, I don't know, 5:30 something this morning. So I'm full of beans. It is my honor and privilege, once again, my name is Linda Lloyd, to bring you the reading and prayer today. This month, this year actually, our global thing is Living Out Loud. And this month's theme is My Passion, My Purpose. The weekly topic title today is Passionately Living Your Purpose Out Loud. Our passion ignites our purpose, and as we align ourselves with that inner feeling, we transform it to the next level, sharing it outwardly. The time has come to confidently embrace our purpose and step fully into our co-created new expression. So you guys all ready for that? I see that. Yeah. The universe does not make mistakes. We are all here by divine appointment to add the expansion of the world, add to the expansion of the world. We are the perfect co-creators with Spirit in order to accentuate our unique passion and purpose. It is indeed our Spirit-infused responsibility to share our gifts authentically. We all have a purpose which becomes more evident as we listen to our inner guidance. However, we do have a limited time. The only thing limiting in this universe, really, is the time that we have these bodies here on the planet in this form, which we have to birth and share these ideas. We seize the day when we step boldly into our creations. And that was from our global theme notes. And I have a special reading today from one of my very favorite teachers, Reverend Bernard Beckwith, who I studied with in Los Angeles, California for my practitioner license. And this is from his 40-day Mind Fast Soul Feast. And this can be found on, it is day 2's reading. And it's called Make a Commitment to Life. And it begins with a quote from Ernest Holmes. You can attract only that which you first mentally become and feel yourself to be in reality. Contemplate the truth that you stand as a midpoint between heaven and earth with access to a nexus of divine creativity. Right now, you have not only the ability, but the responsibility to exercise your God-given freedom to live life at your highest level of creativity. The moment you claim your ability to co-create with the Spirit, your human mind begins to dissolve the false boundaries that previously kept you from doing so. God has a gift to give the world as you. I'm going to say that one more time. God has a gift to give to the world as you. beyond what your surface mind may accept. So when you commit to discovering and expressing your innate creativity, what emerges is living and expressing from a deeper dimension of your being. This is real aliveness. So shine your light, that its luminosity imprints a glow of joy on your face that no external circumstances can erase. If you withhold your gifts from expressing, there is a sense of incompleteness, and we can't have that. There is a feeling of not having arrived at your true purpose. You are an individualized expression of God who has incarnated to shine its light in, as, and through you. At every point in your incarnation, you are being asked to reveal the kingdom of God on earth as it is in heaven. Buddhism has a maxim: nobody is special. None of us is special, but each of us is essential to the divine plan, or we would not exist. Today, as you sit to meditate and pray, make a commitment to fling open wide the portals of your consciousness and the door of your heart as you invite that, with a capital T, which created you in its own image and likeness, to reveal how you may breathe each breath and walk each step as a free agent of conscious co-creativity. And there's an affirmation that goes with each of these readings. And today's is, today I commit myself to my divine destiny as a creative being. I know every path is open before me as I consciously co-create with Spirit. I glow with the fire from heaven. So I'd like to invite you to turn within with me. And today I am remembering to do Standing in the Light. So at this time we bring to mind someone, some situation, some place, something that needs some extra light. As we hold that person, place, thing, situation in the highest. Just for a few moments in the silence, shining the light of our awareness. All is well. So how good it is to come together. I am so grateful for this eternal now moment that is always broadcasting more God, more good, more love, more peace, more beauty, more joy into the world. Recognizing there is only this one life, this source, supply, maintaining, sustaining life force substance that is everywhere present in everything that can be seen, heard, tasted, smelled, and touched, everything in this visible realm and all of the possibilities of the potentialities of the invisible, knowing it is all plump, latent, and full with more God to express. So I'm just so grateful for this opportunity with this group here to say yes, 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 to shining our purpose out into the world, shining our gifts and talents, sharing, caring, all that we have to give and all of that which God wants to express through us, knowing it is happening with such ease and grace, each one here lifted today, shining brightly. And I take this moment to bless Reverend Chris as he comes forward, absolutely knowing that we are uplifted by this message that he so lovingly allows to flow through him from Spirit, and just knowing every aspect of this service continues to unfold with that amazing beauty and love. And I do give great thanks for another 5G day, as I like to call it. Great, grand, glorious, good God day is happening again, and we get to celebrate it together on this beautiful Sunday. So I do give great thanks as I release this word into that living, loving law of fulfillment, that law that always says yes. So I know it is done, and together we can anchor it by saying, and so it is. So it is my great honor and privilege to invite our amazing, wonderful Chris Lahib.
Helps if I turn the microphone on. It doesn't work without that. So, thank you, everybody, for the warm welcome. It's great to see the faces again. I just continually have to express gratitude for how amazingly blessed I feel that I am. So thank you, everybody, for blessing me and being here. So my passion, my purpose. Who's ready to start living their purpose out loud? Who's ready? All right, excellent. We're right at the end of the month, so this is where we're going to wrap it up and really put it out there. But the reason why we have to ask that question is because living your soul's purpose is a decision. It's not a fate. It wasn't predestined in the clouds. It wasn't something that made somebody else have one thing that we have, that's not available to somebody else. This is a choice to live our passion and to live our faith. And so we make that decision now. And all that being said, what my message, a big part of it, it'll come clear here in a few moments of what it is, but it was, we're going to tune in and use our mind a lot. And so putting into practice what it is that I came here to say today, I opened up to it. And so I had, the gist of the talk down, and I decided, okay, I'm going to go within, I'm going to be still, because I don't know exactly what I need to say to open it up. And when I did, I just asked, what is it that I would like to bring through? What is it that people would benefit from hearing today? And it was something out of the blue that I hadn't even been thinking at all. And it was just to remind us, to remind each and every one of you here that you are important. Absolutely important, exactly as you are. Do you all believe that? I see a lot of still faces. Yeah. Now, you are absolutely the most important person that there is. There's nobody that's more important than you. And there's nobody that's less important than you. And so I just feel like we need to remind ourselves that every now and then, that just exactly as you are, all your history, everything that you've been through, everything that you've done, you are here at this moment exactly as you are to be. And that is what the universe needs from each of you, from each of us. And it's a pretty simple order, though. All we have to do is be. All this other stuff is our joy and our experience here, but you can't get it wrong. Just by simply existing, you are fulfilling your purpose from a universal perspective. That's it. So we can let go of some of the pressure and lean into what is our passion, what are those likes and desires, because your likes and your desires and your gifts, your talents, they are very important to this world, to this experience. But there's no pressure. You can't get it wrong. And that to me is refreshing. So I'm going to leave this up here for a while because I want you every now and then just to reflect and look back at it and remind yourself you are absolutely an important being. And that comes into play because no matter what it is that you're doing, if you're following your purpose and your passions and you're out there doing it, that's great. Sometimes you might not find that you have what you need in order to do it and you just need a break. And that's great. Because simply by holding in your mind awareness of who you are, of where we come from. You are an essential part for this experience of the universe. And it gets really interesting when we start combining this with the ideas of quantum mechanics. So if anybody's not familiar, quantum mechanics, it's a branch of physics, but what it does is it explores and looks at the tiniest building blocks of all physical reality, of all physical matter. the subatomic particles, electrons, protons, quarks, qubits, all of that stuff. Quantum mechanics is showing us how mind and our thought, something that Ernest Holmes has been teaching us, something that we share in Centers for Spiritual Living, is that one of our slogans that you'll hear over and over again is change your thinking, change your life. And if you've been coming here for a year or a couple years or 20 years, you're doing it because you know it works, because you know there's something to it. That when we start to change the way we look at things, the things that we look at seem to change. Everything changes. And quantum mechanics, it just backs this up. I'm not going to go into great detail here, but if we look back at the double slit experiment for one, this first began like 200 years ago, and there's been so many different iterations of that same experience of experiments over the years. The latest one in like 2023, April, was focusing on time, how it affects time, our thought. But the double slit experiment, what it shows us is that, in quantum mechanics shows us, is that those tiny particles, those tiniest building blocks, they exist in multiple forms simultaneously. Waves, particles, and who knows what else. But it's the act of observation. They call it the observation effect. The act of observation or measurement, when we try to measure it, in that instance is when that tiny little subatomic particle decides what's it going to be. And that's when it collapses into that thing. And it's just the observer. Now, it used to be considered that all stems from it's our consciousness that affects it. And now scientists hate that idea. They rolled with it for a little while, and then they had to reel it back, and they're like, no, because we have created like a machine that can then be the observer. So there you go, there's no consciousness, and it still happens with the machine. But I would argue back that somebody still has to interpret those results that the machine had. There is still mind involved, and not to mention, scientists don't really know what consciousness is anyway. So we have that. So just extending it out, there's particles that decay at a certain amount of time. It's like clockwork. Certain particles, we can look at it here and then know that it's going to decay at this rate. But some of those particles only decay when they're not being observed. So we can look at it, walk away, come back, and we can predict exactly where it's going to be. But if they sit there and look at it, it's kind of like, what do they say, don't watch a boiling pot of water. It's kind of like that. When they're looking at that particle, it stops. That decay stops. It's like it freezes, like it's looking to, what are you looking at me for? And it stops. And then they look away, and then the decaying process begins again. It's mind-boggling that there's these fundamental elements of our bodies, of all matter, that absolutely interact with who we are. So our thoughts, they affect our reality. So now why is that important for living life out loud? Well, because, and I know you already know the answer, so now I'll just go through the motions and give it to you. But it's because what we put our focus on, you've maybe heard this saying, what we think about, we bring about. And so we absolutely shift things in our reality. And you might remember back, I want to say it was in February, where I brought up the subject of the reticular activating system. Same kind of idea of how our mind, like this is all, our mind affecting reality is something that some of us know, some of us feel and believe like on a mystical level. We're like, yeah, that makes sense. But the more and more that science has pragmatic, logical reasons of how and why this happens, to me, I just bring it in because it's more validation that there is absolutely something to this idea that we practice here in Centers for Spiritual Living. And that reticular activating system is that same idea of what we program into our subconscious mind is what we tell it is important, and then our subconscious mind picks things out of the environment that it believes is important to us because that's what we programmed it to point out. The classic example is the cars driving on the road. As soon as you buy that new car, all of a sudden you see it everywhere, that make and model. You're like, I didn't see these before I bought it. What's going on? It's just because you now have placed a lot of value on that, and so your mind filters out from the tens of millions of bits of data that we hear, that we see, that we smell. All these things are coming in, and we can't possibly process all that. So your mind, the reticular activating system, filters out what it thinks is important to you. So when we're going to move into this space of really living life out loud, living our purpose to its fullest, the more that we can engage our mind, the more that our reality is going to reflect that back to us. Our mind is going to, that reticular activating system, that RAS, is going to bring us. It's going to listen. And when somebody is talking about our passion, boop, we hear it. And we tune in. When we see something in the news, when we have ideas and inspirations, that is pointing it back to us. And what we think about in the idea of the quantum mechanics, we are telling the universe what we expect. And the universe is happy to oblige because we are co-creative beings with that highest and best. So the same thing that created the cosmos. To me, that's the way that I like to just step back into that space of awe. Now, when we look at just our solar system, how amazing, one sun and our planets, and how huge and smaller and perfectly orbiting. And it's just amazing when you get to see the pictures from the Webb telescope that came out and blew the Hubble telescope pictures out of the water. It's just amazing. And then you look at that one sun in the Milky Way galaxy, and that's just one in billions of stars in that one galaxy. To me, that's amazing. And then when you think about that there's billions of galaxies, it's just so far beyond. And that thing that is still creating that, creation is not done. It is continually going on. We live in an infinite universe, eternal universe. That same energy is what flows through you. So that's the creative power that I'm talking about, and it all begins in mind. And so that's our gift. So as we do everything we can, if we want to live it, and I mean live, I'm going to throw a capital L in there on this one because I like my capital L's with love and life. So to truly live it, it is a continual process. Praying without ceasing. To me, that term, praying without ceasing, just means that I am keeping my mind on that thing that's bigger than us, that energy, that life force that's flowing through us. I keep my mind on that as often as I can. I'd like to say I do it constantly, without ceasing. But it takes reminders, and it's a practice, and I bring myself back. But that is a continually thing that we grow and we expand, and we are engaging that creative process that we come from. And that's powerful. And so the more that we take time to engage in our practices, to sit down every once in a while and just breathe, to sit and meditate and open up and just ask, okay, what wants to come through me? What is needed? And then just seeing what shows up. There's power there. And using our affirmations, affirmative prayer is kind of our jam here in Centers for Spiritual Living. That's what we do. And all that is using a set of words, a kind of formula for a prayer that Ernest Holmes found these steps to be very useful in getting himself into that right state of mind where we feel it, where the hairs stand up on your arms and you're tingling and you feel that energy. Linda's getting ready to launch Wednesday night, tune up, lift your vibe Wednesdays. Simple practices that just put you into that state. And that is when you are really creative. When you get in the alpha state, you are co-creating. So living your life out loud, the more time that we spend in these spaces of living it and breathing it, that's powerful. So in addition to what I talked about last week, with that 1%, aiming for 1% growth a week, And I made a ballpark estimate of 1 hour a week, 10 days or 6 days, 10 minutes a day, or maybe 2 days for 30 minutes, that I can pretty much guarantee if you can contribute that towards your passions, because it's plural, there's many, and your purpose, but to intentional being, I guess is the way I want to say it. If you can commit to that 1 hour a week, you will progress at 1% a week at least. And in time, that adds up. But then you combine that, because for a lot of people, it can be hard to say, to say that I have time to add to my passion, to pursue my hobbies. Like, how does a single mother with a job or 2 jobs, trying to pay for childcare, trying to take care of laundry and dishes and just eating and hopefully finding some time to breathe and be patient and self-care, how does somebody like that have so much time to dedicate all to your passion? That's why I'm hoping an hour is doable for anyone. But then at that same time is that thought. We have opportunities to bring thought into what we do frequently. As I'm doing laundry, I can be in my passion up here. And the mind doesn't know the difference between doing something and imagining that it's doing something. So thinking about, what are ways that I can live that passion? What is that next step? How can we bring that in? What are some people's here's passions? What are you going to be living out loud? I want to hear them shout it out. Anybody want to share what their passion is going to be? My course. All right, Vivian's course for young souls.
Realization of my true nature.
I didn't hear that. I'm sorry.
Realization of my true nature.
There you go. Constantly thinking about that realization of your true nature. Powerful. Inspiring others. All right. So then as we're doing those things, as I'm driving to get the car in the shop, it's a 30-minute drive, I can be thinking, okay, so as I am creating my course for inspiring young souls, what do young souls need? And just seeing what ideas come up. Or what is the next step in my journey? Just taking time to ask those questions, because so often we get fired up and we want to live our passions, but then we're just too dang busy. But if we set time to set my phone down, when I am, I've got a spare moment, I'm going to sit down for a second. So, I've been working so hard, I'm just going to scroll through newsfeed, Facebook, taking time just to set it aside and remind ourselves, every moment that I put into thought, I am affecting that quantum field. I am affecting my subconscious mind, and it becomes a habit and a discipline, and hopefully it's a joy, because when we're listening to those things within us, those unique desires that each of us have in our own unique combination, which is why each and every one of you is so important, because nobody has that same combination of desires that the universe is wanting to birth through you. So the more that we can put our time into that, things happen, and that's when shift happens. Now, Ernest Holmes, this is from the Science of Mind textbook. I'm going to read it out loud for anybody that can't see it. It just says, there is no such thing as your mind, my mind, and God's mind. There is only mind, with that capital M, in which we all live and move and have our being. Straight from the Bible. That last quote, end of the quote. And then it goes on to say, there is nothing to make things except ideas. In the beginning, we behold nothing visible. There is only an infinite possibility, a limitless imagination, a consciousness. Those quantum particles and waves, it's just infinite potential just waiting for consciousness to look at it and let it be what it's meant to be. And that's powerful when we start to lean into that. So when you embrace those things that wants to come through you, your life lights up, your life lights up, your joys begin to express and ripple out. And now the last thing that I want to leave you with on this week, I'm going to read this quote, but before I do, this comes from Peace Pilgrim. So I don't know who remembers and is familiar with Peace Pilgrim. So Peace Pilgrim was an amazing, amazing woman. I believe she's made her transition, but I'm not positive. But one of the first things that she did is she was the first woman to walk the Appalachian Trail in one season. Unheard of. And she was one of the first. So it's one of those that breaks the idea of what's possible, kind of like the 4-minute mile, or the Wright brothers when they figured out the trick to flight. Something that we just collectively said is not possible. But when we begin to ask those questions going within what is possible, we begin to shift. So what I want to talk about to leave it with is all that's great, working our own passions, and that's truly how you make the world vibrate at a higher place, how you inspire others to do their passion. But when you put that into the collective, then we start shifting things on a global scale. And this is what's happening, and it's been happening all the way back she walked that trail in 1952, I believe. And she's been putting forth these ideas. And so this has been a gradual thing of creating a shift in our consciousness on this planet. And every time one of us takes that intention to step into, I am going to put my mental energy into visualizing a new earth, a new way to be, to where everybody's needs are met, to where kindness prevails, that we let go of the competition model where in order for me to get what I need, somebody else has to lose a little bit. We have plenty on this planet for everybody. We just have to figure out the new system. And so many people are like, but that's impossible because we've always done it this other way. It'll never change. Those at the top will never let it happen. All of these things. We just have to shift about saying, it is possible. And I believe it's possible. And I'm going to contemplate that. And I'm going to affirm that. And I'm going to see what ideas come up. So Peace Pilgrim, after she did that, she went on to walk for 28 years, pretty much nonstop. Every day she walked across the United States and Canada, back and forth for 28 years with nothing. She took nothing with her, and she just depended on the kindness of others for her food, for her shelter, and just walked, spreading the message of peace. And this is a quote from her. She says, "You can visualize God's light each day and send it to someone who needs help. The quantum world doesn't know you can send those thoughts. I know that there's substance. I know that they reach their destination. Now, your divine nature must reach out and touch the divine nature of another." That's namaste. And then within you is the light of the world. It must be shared with the world. So that's what I want us to do, is make that passion. The passions, the desires you have, and if it feels right to you, if one of your passions, one of your desires is to see that new world of peace and inspiration, by all means, let's lean into this knowing and just opening up what we believe is possible, because each and every one of us are co-creative entities. We are part of that creative life force of the universe here to create a new way of being on this planet. So with that, let's take it within. And let's know this possibility one another. I invite you to get comfortable however you like to be, and just feel the skin without moving your body. Feel the energy within. How can you tell your hands are there without touching them? Or maybe your nose. That life force energy is within each and every one of us, and it is constantly whispering in our ears, that still small voice that says there is more. You're perfect exactly as you are, and your desires are my command. As you ask, it is given. And when you pray and truly believe, it is yours to receive. So as more and more people wake up to that desire that I know so many of us have, to see that world that truly works for everyone, the ideas, the possibilities expand, and they make themselves known. They collapse into our physical reality, inspiring one another to reach out hands instead of cowering in distrust. to offer a smile to that person that looks different than you. That Spirit inspires in that way to stop and take a breath and remember who we are. That we are so much bigger than the things that divide us. That we are love with a capital L, looking to unite us. That right now, in the hearts of each and every person on this planet, I know that there is a spark, a glimmer, a desire of seeing that unity that is back of everything, seeing it as our physical reality. So as we put our intentions and our beliefs towards that, we are shifting this reality to make it our experience. So I know that everybody that hears these words, everybody that has the smallest mustard seed sized grain of faith that it is possible, that begins to expand within and opens up a world of possibilities to each and every one. So knowing that that is so, offering gratitude for that creative mechanism, that creative force of the universe of which we are all sharing, knowing that our word absolutely affects it and makes it our experience. I say thank you for that. Thank you for this blessing to get to be a part of it. And what a joy it is, knowing that we are assured to return to where we come from, having been blessed by this physical experience, the ups, the downs, the challenges, the successes. All of it is that broad spectrum of experience in this world, but what we are is eternal and perfect beings. So deepest gratitude for everyone doing their work on their own individual paths, everyone out in the world on their paths that will never cross mine. Everybody, there's only being, contemplation, observation, and for all of it, we are all lifted up. And I say thank you, God. And I release these words knowing as I do, it is already done in the mind of God. And now we just get to sit back and enjoy this in our time. And so it is. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We got a good month coming up next month too. So stick around for that one when we start exploring love, which is my favorite subject. All right, so thank you, everybody. So now, oh yeah, I forgot I left that one in there. What's your plan? You got to make a plan or we're never going to get it done. All right. Yeah, okay. So Volunteer of the Month, I actually got to it in time this month, so I remembered. We always have it. It's just a matter of getting the message out there. So our Volunteer of the Month now has been leading a team for quite a while. And if you've walked through the door new, you've either been greeted by somebody on the team or by the team leader. Lily Craft, you are our Volunteer of the Month. Yep. So everybody, let's thanks Lily. Again, it's so hard because so many people are giving so much of themselves. And please don't ever feel neglected or overlooked if we don't get to you. We'll try to get to everybody, but we appreciate everyone. And it's the volunteers that just spread love. That's doing the work that Spirit inspires us to do. And that's what we're here for. So, in that vein, in order to continue being here and spreading this message for the next 50 years, there's several ways that you can support financially. So financially, you can text the tithe. That's my favorite method, which I am due to do it myself today. 239-320-3820. You just text the dollar amount. The first time you do it, it'll set you up. And then after that, all you got to do is send a dollar amount, and it's very easy. You can also do PayPal at cslcapecoral.org. You can also hit the donate button on our website, the same website, cslcapecoral.org, and you can mail a check. Our address is 406 Southeast 24th Avenue, Cape Coral, Florida, 33990. And we also have our wonderful host team or our greeting team to help us today. They will come around in person with some baskets. You can also include your prayer request in there. We have certified religious science practitioners that pray over the request for the whole week. There's power in thought. And if you've been here for a while, I know that you know that. If you're new, give it a chance. If there's something in your mind, in your life that you would like to see different, or some good that you would like to see expand into even more, give our practitioners a shot to pray on that for a week and see what shifts. It's amazing how little ideas and little inklings show up. So, with that being said, we have an affirmation that we like to say when we give. So just whatever you're able to give from your place of heart, of feeling good, and also acknowledging all the volunteers that do so much to keep the services flowing perfectly. We just say this together. We say, today, I know the activity of divine abundance is at work in my life and the life of this center. I give and receive generously as I live in the flow of bountiful good. And so it is. And then Big Love Band. Uh-oh, we're missing some sound. Okay. Richard's on it. I think there's more over there, maybe. I think I see Roger's got something. Okay. Big Love Band. Woo. That song always touches my heart. It's a beautiful thing. So we like to accept and receive our gifts with abundance, with gratitude, and just knowing that everything that is given is multiplied, it is blessed, it is sent out in the world and part of that infinite circulation, that the love, the light, the energy that we all share, we just know that this is blessed, that is good. Everybody that has contributed in their own unique ways, even if it's as simple as observation, I say thank you for each and every person because we are all needed. So in that gratitude, I say thank you, and so it is. Thank you. All right, now we have B back up. Thanks, B.
Please check your email, pick up a flyer in the lobby, or visit our website at cslcapecoral.org to view and register for any of these upcoming events and classes. So we have next Sunday, immediately following service, we're going to have an activities meeting in the Lending Library. Some of you, if you don't know what the Lending Library is, hey, Barbara. It's the room all the way in the back there, and we're going to be discussing our fundraiser, our fall fundraiser, the Spooktacular, and then we have other events coming up. We're going to be discussing doing Thanksgiving again as a group here. You know, our community, I call this my family, so this would be my family having Thanksgiving together. And then the cookie exchange we have. So coming up the next few months, which you guys all know how rapidly that is approaching, we're going to discuss the different events we have coming up. So with that, today is Potluck Sunday, and we welcome everyone to stay afterwards and enjoy fun, fellowship, talk, whatever. And if you didn't bring anything, don't worry about it. There's always more than enough. The universe always provides. And I just want to remind everyone that we want to get set up, and before everyone starts chowing down, we would like to bless the food. So if everyone could just be patient while Linda and any other kitchen angels are in there working for setup, and some of our guys out here will be putting up tables and moving chairs, so just be patient and know there is a process. There's also a community meeting also.
With the community meeting too, I want to encourage as many people to stick around, especially if you have an interest in, we had a meeting about the sign. We've done some more due diligence. We're still in the process. We've taken comments to heart, and we want to make sure that we are doing our good stewardship as the leadership council, as the board of trustees, and so that is a big part of our meeting today, so I encourage you to stick around. And it gives you something to do while we're waiting for the food to come out too, so we'll try to get into that as quickly as we can as soon as the service is done. So, thank you.
And stay tuned for Team Visioning Day coming up soon. We're going to regather our teams, and we're going to have a visioning day, and Reverend Chris will lead that also. And the 11th step meditation is going on now for a couple months, Thursday evenings here at the center. It's at 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. The first 20 minutes you're led into a meditation. Then there's someone that shares their experience with prayer and meditation. And then the last 20 minutes is open for discussion. And join us anytime at the ongoing Course in Miracles study group. And it meets Mondays at 10 to 11:30 right here at the center, and Thursday evenings via Zoom. Drop-ins are welcome. There's extra books right now. We're working on Love, Letting Go of Fear. And it's an easy read, but it's very deep. And we get like 2 sentences or a paragraph done, and then the rest of the hour and a half is discussion. But it's great. It's really great. And I see Melissa is here today. Yay. And unfortunately, I won't be there tomorrow. So with that, and this coming, I guess not this Tuesday, but the following Tuesday, Patty Carney, she's a USI Holy Fire 3 Reiki Master, and she teaches long distance energy via Zoom, and that is September 5th. 6:30 to 8:30, and you could visit our calendar at cslcapecoral.org to register, and it's a love donation. And I just want to say, energy you don't have to be here in present. You don't have to have someone laying hands on you to receive the healing energy. Like Reverend Chris was talking about, it's all energy. We're all energy. Everything's energy. So, and then midweek tune-up is going to continue on Wednesdays from noon to 1:30 p.m. It'll be in the lobby this time of year. And don't leave without your 1-minute miracles. The practitioners will be up front after the service. And any prayer request, or if you just need to hear an affirmative word. Sometimes our self-talk isn't so great, and we just need somebody to affirm us. And they're willing to do that also. And with that, I guess the Big Love Band is going to take it away.
Yeah.
Living moment, living my life, easy and breezy, peace in my mind, peace in my heart, peace in my soul.